Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I did not record an intro to this, so my daughter and I were going to my favorite hairstylist who's been doing my hair forever, since I was 14 actually. So I was getting some touch up on my balayage and my daughter got a touch up on her highlights. So we also tested out a little bit of a potential show day hair look, so just stay tuned for that.
Oh, they did it for sure?
Show me the move.
No, I literally just, I'm like, I have to.
Well, you don't know if Jason accepted.
No, I didn't.
Well,
Okay, so I wanted to share this. So I had a refeed yesterday, so I took in more calories than I have been, but not that much, right? I weighed myself. I actually had a new low for a prep at 129.2. I went to the bathroom before I did that. Had to do progress pics, not super happy, but like I've been feeling this pressure in my stomach. Like you can actually see it. Look at this. What the fuck is that? It's hard. It feels like my organs are pushing out. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's my time of the month coming, but like, how you hit a new low and look like this? Like, what? I don't understand. Okay, guys, it is Super Bowl Sunday. I've been training relatively early on Sundays, typically at like 6:30 or 7. But my recoveries have not been good this past week. You probably saw in one of my previous videos that it was a shitty week. High stress, did not have good recoveries, so I chose sleep and recovery over getting up early. So I did that. I did some work for my clients and edited YouTube videos. And now it's like 2:30 and I'm just pulling into the gym here. Part of that is because I wanted to get here when hopefully it wouldn't be as busy as people were like getting ready for their Super Bowl shit. But also this is the leg workout that I don't enjoy. I did talk to my coach though about it and shared my feelings, but also that like, hey, I'll still fucking do it if that's what you want me to do. It's fine. But we decided to change my regular deadlifts to RDLs. I'm gonna see if that makes a difference. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it is, but I don't love it. But I was gonna try and film. We'll see how it goes. If it's crowded in there, I won't, but I'll try and take you with on this leg day. Okay, so first things first, I didn't film it, but I usually start with a 10-minute like easy walk on the treadmill just to get my body moving and just get that blood flowing. And I start out with back squats on this workout, so I will usually do some banded walks, some banded body weight squats, and some general kicks and leg work just to sort of, you know, prime the muscle groups and get them firing, connect with the muscle groups before I use them, because connection and feeling them is super important when trying to build them. So I'm working through that here, and I will talk you through the back squats. Okay, so after I prime the muscles, I usually do quite a few warm-up sets to sort of just get and build up to a heavy set. So I start out with the bar, then I will add, you know, maybe like 25s on each side, do a couple reps at that, then I'll change them to 45s, do a couple reps at that, then I might add 10 to 15 and so on until I work myself up. I am not able to do large jumps when I do back squat, so I have to do
quite a few sets of warm-up, but it suits me and I need to do it, especially having previous knee injury and 3 previous knee surgeries. It definitely suits me to make sure I have that all warmed up and I get my nervous system ready to go. So you're gonna see a lot of like walking around and stuff like that and I like obviously fast forwarded this. I do start using my weight belt once I get up a little bit higher, just for stability and to make sure I am following my breathing cues. But I by no means think that a weight belt is going to help me lift heavier. I actually just use it to make sure I'm breathing properly. So anyway, what I do is on this one, I believe I was doing 2 sets of 5 to 7 heavy reps, then dropping the weight by 10 pounds, and then doing 1 set at 8 to 10 reps. So at this point, I realized that my battery was low on my phone, so I only recorded 1 set at this point because I was going to run out of battery. But I made these deficit RDLs because I have the hard time getting into or feeling them, so I will actually stand on a plate so I can get a larger stretch in connection with the muscle. Then, as you see there, I transitioned straight into Bulgarian split squats. I would have liked to have actually gone a little bit lower here, but basically the big thing is you want to make sure that you're doing these with proper balance, and if you're targeting your glutes, you want to have a straight back leaning forward, not pulling your torso up. And then, sorry, this lighting wasn't so good. It's the best I could do, but these were basically deficit sumo deadlifts with a 100-pound kettlebell. I did about, I think, 10 to 15 of these times just 2 sets. Next up, I did these extensions on the Roman chair. Definitely want to make sure that if you are targeting your glutes that you keep your top of your back rounded. Once you straighten your back out and try to hyperextend it, you are then working your lumbar, which is not what I was trying to do. Then I was doing calf raises, the seated ones. I was trying to do 15 to 20 of those. Oh, and on that previous one, I was doing 15 to 20 on that as well. And I was, again, just trying to increase weight, 3 sets of each of those. And then I go into, this is literally the only abs that I do once a week, just leg raises. I do not do a pop at the top because I'm actually trying to work on my lower abs more than my upper abs. So again, 15 to 20 of these, and I do 3 sets, and that finishes off that workout.
All right, guys, well, wow. Maybe I'll try that again. I look like a fucking mess. Note to self, if you're gonna record a leg day, like, charge your phone. Might be a good idea. So, I had my whole squat time between, warming up and stuff like that, but once I switched over to my next movement, I saw that I was already on low battery warning. So I did not record all my sets. I just recorded 1 of the sets of each, but I'll give you guys a voiceover that explained what it is that I actually did. Sorry, I tried. We'll get it another time. But, yeah. I know I showed you guys that clip from this morning with my, like, I don't know what's going on with my lower stomach. Never had that before, so I don't know. It hasn't gone away. Again, I don't have to poop. I don't have to pee. I don't know what it is. My lifts felt okay, actually, but I don't know. I was just having a body image day. I mean, I still am. I'm having a body image day. Like, I was using my belt for the squats when it got heavier, and, like, I could just see, I don't know. Like, I know I don't look bad. I know I hit a low weight this morning, but I don't know how, because I feel like my organs are sticking out of my stomach. I don't know. Maybe my time of the month is starting. Maybe it's my uterus sticking out. I don't fucking know, but I feel like 14 weeks pregnant. I don't understand. Yeah, so I get to send those check-in pictures to my coach. See what he says about that. And since my cycle is so irregular, couldn't tell you if it's going to be the start of the cycle or not. I guess we'll find out. But it's fucking uncomfortable, and I don't know. I was just walking around the gym and I felt like shitty about myself, and I shouldn't, because normally I feel very confident in the gym. That's like where I feel most confident actually in my life. But I was feeling some type of way about it, and it's bothering me, and I don't know how to get it to stop bothering me. I know what I would be telling to my daughter. I know what I would be telling to my friends. I know what I would be telling to my clients, but what I tell me is different. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I have nothing else to say there, except I guess it's just a day. It's just one of those days, and I'm just gonna get through it, and I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and maybe it'll look better tomorrow, maybe it won't, but it won't look like that permanently. So I just need to get over myself, right? Hi guys, it is Friday. I have not recorded anything since like Sunday or Monday. I don't even know. It isn't even because it's been like my busiest week. It's been busy, but like I literally haven't felt like it. But I'm committed to documenting this, so I'm gonna give you guys an update while I eat my lunch with the majority of my carbs in it for the day. So where we left off was Sunday, leg day, and weird bloating day, right? Checked in with my coach on Monday, and he was like, well, let's stay on your current numbers again for another couple days, see if it is cycle related or something like that. We'll assess on Thursday, since I check in twice a week. So that's fine. Yeah, so sure as shit, my cycle started yesterday. So sure as shit, I had a new low yesterday because I started purging the water that I had been holding. So the reason that I looked swollen was because I was swollen. These are the things you learn. And because my cycles are so irregular, it was really hard for us to figure out if that's what it was, because we don't ever know when it's coming. So there's that. What I can tell you, sorry guys, I told you guys I would share everything, so men, disregard or learn. First cycle after taking the progesterone last month. Whew, talk about cramps. They woke me up in the middle of the night. I felt like I was going into labor. Like, holy fuck. Luckily just mostly that incident, a little bit yesterday, but now they've subsided, but I was like, don't like this. Like I said, I checked in yesterday, had a new low, 129.2. So, and I wasn't sure what the or what my coach would say, you know, because I still felt like even though it was a new low, it wasn't that much of a move overall. But he actually said, looking at my averages, I'm still averaging like, it was a half a pound over the past week instead of like a full pound or 0.8 of a pound. So he was like, I think we're still good. Let's still do your refeed on Saturday. You probably had slower loss this week because of your cycle. So before we make any moves here, let's regroup from that. So, which I like that he's not just having knee-jerk reactions, you know. So, I'm still on the same macros I've been on since my very first adjustment. I think it was like after my first week, we had my first adjustment, and I haven't moved since, but there is no reason to take more food away if I'm having the rate of loss that we're looking for. Keep your food up as long as you can. Sorry. I'm also still only doing CrossFit twice a week for my cardio. No particular amount of time, just CrossFit class. So our WODs could be 7 minutes, they could be 20, it doesn't matter. I'm logging it, but like, that's been the same. I haven't had to add in any extra cardio. I'm still at 11,000 steps, which I've been at since, again, that first adjustment we did. So I guess I'm just waiting for it to get worse. I know it will, but yeah. It's still, like, this doesn't seem, I don't feel like I'm starving. I don't have crazy hunger. It doesn't feel that much different from, like, my regular life. It's just less carbs, honestly. So, I guess that's what I would say, because I'm sure there are people watching this that are like, I've been trying to lose weight for years and blah, 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 and, how are you able to have this consistent, you know, rate of loss? How are you able to succeed like this? I remember thinking that, because I remember like, how the fuck? Like, honestly, one of the reasons this hasn't been that horrific for me yet, I know it will get worse, but is because it's not that different from what I've been doing for quite a few years. You know, I started cleaning my diet up 4 years ago and focusing on my protein and whole foods and vegetables and stuff like that. So for me, I can be consistent no matter what my macros are at, I guess. So consistency isn't an issue. And for most of my clients, that is the biggest challenge for them, is not eating less calories or eating more calories. It's being consistent with whatever calories they're at. So if any of you guys are wondering like how I've been able to just maintain a very steady rate of loss here, it's because I've maintained a steady intake level based on my programming. So I don't have big swings of more calories, less calories. Every day I am hitting my macro goal. I am on day 45, I think, 45 or 46. And I have hit my macro goal every single one of those 45 or 46 days. That's the key. The key is not in what the macro is, what the calories are.
The key is the success of the consistency of the habit, right? So, and this is something I try to hit home in, especially with my newer clients, is the heavy lifting is in figuring out how to be consistent. And that can take months for some people. It can take even longer for some. Others, it might only take a few weeks. It depends on where you're starting and what obstacles are in your way. But once you have figured out how to be consistent, you can, manipulate your program to give you the results you're looking for. So right now I'm in a fat loss stage, obviously. When I'm done trying to be stage lean because it is not sustainable, what are we going to do? We're going to reverse out of it. And I'm going to have to, struggle with consistency of adding more food so that I can put on, enough body fat to be back at a healthy body fat level for my hormones and for my health. So there's going to be no secret in that. It's going to be follow the plan, but do it consistently. Same thing when you're building muscle. Follow your plan with whatever protein, whatever carbs and stuff like that, so that you could optimize the amount of muscle you can build. So that is kind of my TED Talk takeaway on this, is that the key to making all of this work is in the consistency. So if you work on nothing else, before you worry about supplements, before you worry about timing and all of that higher, and that stuff has a place, but start with just being able to hit numbers consistently. So I keep myself within plus or minus 5 grams right now of each of my macro targets. Those are the limits my coach and I agreed to. Now, I don't feel good when I'm on the fringe at like 4 or 5. I like to be within 1 or 2 because I know that the more consistent and the more on point I am, the better it's going to be. So, yeah, I guess maybe I'll do another video on how I establish consistency, because okay, that's all well and good for you, bitch. You figured out your consistency, but I wasn't like that before at all. So it's taken me a while to get to this point, but I'm so glad that I have, because now we can just play with the numbers. Up, down, whatever it is, we can use the numbers however we want to meet whatever goals I want. Because I already know that I can do any of it. You tell me to hit one certain set of macros, I'll do it. You tell me to hit another set, I'll do it. I will fucking do it. And when you get to that point, it's so much less stressful because you don't have to worry. You know you're going to do it. So, I don't know. I just wanted to sort of touch on that. Enough of the TED Talk. I'm almost done with my food too. So, next point. So the CrossFit Open has started as of today. If you are a CrossFitter, if you know, you know. But for those who are not, it is an annual competition within the CrossFit community at all of the affiliates across the globe. Everyone does the same workouts. So every Thursday they will release what the next, or for what that week's workout is, and you have until Sunday to complete it and turn in your scores, or maybe Monday, I don't know. Every year since I started CrossFit, I have participated in the Open. I officially registered on their website because you can benchmark against people in your box or people in your age group or whatever. And because we all know I'm competitive, I always really, really liked that. This year is the first year that I did not register. Which, why, right? It took everything in my power to not fucking register. Why? Number one, I have FOMO. Let's be real. Number two, I geek out on data. So I wanted to have that data. But I knew that if I focused on the workouts and the competition, that it would somehow impact what my current goals are, which are to get on stage in the best package possible. You can really wreck yourself going way too hard in these workouts, which I would do. But then I know I wouldn't recover, and I have to do another workout on Saturday and on Sunday. I can't afford to wreck myself, not to mention potential of an injury, stressing out my body. And when you stress out your body, it's harder to lose weight. You hold more water, stuff like that. So I had to practice self-control. I don't like it. And yes, I fucking am picking up every little grain of rice left in this bowl, because no grams left behind, motherfuckers. You only get 100 grams of carbs. No grams left behind. So yes, I am. I'm basically like licking this clean. Anyway, so we had our first of 3 workouts that was released. I do them in the morning. Our box usually does like a we call it Friday Night Lights, where everyone will do the workouts in different heats. We cheer each other on, like blah blah blah. But I need to stay consistent with my workout times and stuff like that, because again, if I work out Friday night and then I work out Saturday morning, I'm not gonna be recovered. So we have the option to do it at a regular class time or in the evening. So me and my friends did it this morning at our normal class time, and it was something that I had 3 of the 4 movements were stuff that I'm usually very good at: rowing, wall balls, and power cleans. So it was 60 calories on the rower, then 50 toes to bar, then 40 wall balls, and then 30 power cleans, and then 20 muscle ups. And then you repeat that as many as possible in 14 minutes. So starting out of the gate, I'm like, no problem. 60 calories on the rower is no big deal for me. It turned out it was. So I took way longer on the row because I was running out of steam. I had no second gear. I don't have the energy stores. I'm not eating enough to support the power I usually use in my legs. And I just did legs yesterday. So that was noticeable and annoying, and I wasn't happy about it. Even though I wasn't all amped up, to do the best I could, I still, you still want to feel good coming on the workout. And, halfway into the row, I was just like, the fuck? And then we went into toes to bar, which I can do toes to bar. My nemesis is stringing them together for, bigger sets. So we kind of knew that it would get grippy, that your grip would stall out. So I purposely chose to do singles instead of trying to string my reps together, just to give my grip a break. And it fucking added up. But I got through those. I went to the wall balls, which are only 14 pounds. I never do wall balls less than 20 pounds. That's just my threshold that I've set for myself. And so I was like, oh, Jesus. Okay, so these are 14. These are going to be easy. No, they weren't. No, they fucking weren't. Because after the row, and then after the 50 toes to bar, throwing that ball was a little bit hard. My arms were just like, bleh. Not to mention, I don't ever use a 14, so it just felt different. So those took longer than I wanted. And I only got to 8 power cleans out of the 30. And I know I could have done better. I know I have done better. But I just had to keep reminding myself that doing my best on that workout is not what is in my long-term plan. That is not my focus right now. And I had to just say, I'm here to get a 14-minute workout to push myself, but not to the point of complete destruction. So I had to fight that battle in my head, because when you are a really competitive person, you want to go balls to the wall anytime you can. Like, that's just how I fucking am built. And I think that realization that, like, I'm not superhuman. So while I know that your intake and stuff like that can affect people, and it does affect people no matter how hard you try, I don't want to see it happen to myself. And I think that was the part that was like, here it is. Here it is. These past several weeks of dieting are definitely setting in, and that backup energy isn't there. So, eyes on the prize, though. Eyes on the prize. So that's how that went. We'll see how next week's go. I'm probably still going to go tonight. I will see if maybe I can do a few clips just so those who are not in CrossFit can see, you know, what Friday nights looks like. It's pretty cool. I have a personal training session at my house with a client right when Friday Night Lights starts, so I'll be getting there a little bit late, but hopefully it'll still be going on when I get there. But I also do client check-ins tonight, so I'm going to figure out how to do all this. Yeah. Oh, so also in our check-ins this week with my coach, I'm like 99% sure that we have decided on a show. Yep. So we had ones in mind before, and you know, we're gonna see how my body was doing. Coach is happy with my progress, so I think we are fairly confident that I'm gonna be doing the April 15th show, OCD Midwest States, which is in Dekalb, so it's only like an hour away from here. We just haven't decided if I'm gonna open and do that first show as bikini or as figure. Like you guys saw in my previous videos, I am just now starting to learn the figure posing, and I feel like that one's more difficult for me, so I might not be prepared as much as I want to be to open up with figure. So, and because figure you need to be leaner anyway, it probably makes more sense to start with bikini, sort of use that as a good warm-up show, a little bit less stressful, to also buy me more time to figure out the posing for the other one too. So if that is the one we do, I think that makes us like 8 weeks out. Hold on, let's do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be 8 weeks out as of tomorrow. So I guess this bitch is 8 weeks out. I can start putting that in the titles. So it's exciting. It's a little fucking nerve-wracking, but I can at least share that info. I have not registered yet. Just because you have to know what division you're going to do when you register. And you can register up until like the week of or something, I think. So it's not a big deal to figure that out. I already have a hotel room booked for the night before that is refundable, but that way I know that's taken care of and we can just figure out the detail part. So that is it. That's my big news. I don't know if I'm going to have 2 videos for this week, honestly, guys. I just don't have the content or the energy to create the content, quite honestly. So yeah. And my son, it's his first year in high school swimming. He's a freshman, and they have sectionals this week. They had prelims last night, and he qualified for the finals tomorrow. So I want to be sure that I can be a present parent and not be worried about content while I'm watching him, because it's a big deal for him. I don't think anything will come of it. He is the small fish in the big pond, literally. But he qualified, and I want to be there to support him. So this might be the only video for this week, but I promise I will keep you guys updated, as always. All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. The more you interact with my channel, the higher up I will go in the algorithm or whatever to recommend my channel to other people, which, again, the whole point of this is to show people how it goes, how it can be done, and how someone can reasonably do this while having a family, while having a job, and being a busy bitch. So, yeah, let's get at them, guys. All right, guys,
Wow, this is really shitty lighting. Come walk with me. I'm pacing in my bedroom. It is 8:20 on a Friday night. I'm in my wearable blanket and my pajamas, and I'm literally ready to go to sleep. So, my clip from earlier said that I had every intention of going to Friday Night Lights, and I'm not there. I'm not there. So my personal training session that I did at 6, she didn't end up leaving till like 6:45, which is fine. And like right when she left, my friends that were already at the CrossFit box were told me they were already in the last heat, and I was like, well, is it really worth me changing my clothes, putting on real person clothes, going over there, and the heat's like gonna be over? And if I don't change my clothes, the heat's gonna be over by the time I get there. And they're like, well, no, we're staying afterwards, which I know they do. And I was just like, I don't know. And yeah, by then I was just tired. And I was like, I'm just gonna sit down for a minute. This is why I don't sit down for a minute. Because when I sit down for a minute, it's not just a minute. And I finished up a bubbly water, and they were texting, and they were just like, we're still hanging out here, why don't you come on and come? And it kills me to not go. Like, if y'all know me, your girl gets FOMO. I try to do all of the things, and I try to be Superwoman, and most of the time I convince myself I am, which is not true, but I don't know, like I really wanted to go, and I feel like a shitty friend because my one friend, I'm not gonna get into it on here, had a horrific day yesterday, and like we were checking on her all day and stuff like that, and so like she actually got out of bed, went, and I feel like a crappy friend for not like going to support her, and I know she knows that I support her, and I was texting her all day and talking to her, but I feel shitty about it and incredibly selfish. At the same time, like, I know I would be overdoing it if I went, and I already know. I think part of it is like tomorrow my son has the sectional finals for swim team. It's his first one, and all the parents sit together, and I'm not like a joiner with the parents, so I already know I'm gonna have to like people tomorrow, and I'm one of those, I'm an introvert, like peopling takes energy out of me, and I feel like it's like I need to recharge my battery before I go into that, and I don't know, normally I ignore everything my body's telling me because I can just deal, but yeah, this is like the reality of it. I have to do what's best for me, and I know if I don't get the sleep and recovery that I need, that I won't perform well tomorrow, like not just in my workout, but just like literally in general, and then that's gonna roll into Sunday, and I need to not do that. I'm only 8 weeks out now. I have to not overextend myself. So yeah, it's killing me because I don't like what's doing what's best for me. But it's like I have a bigger goal that I'm working on, so I need to stay focused on that. And I can stay here and spend time with my family, although I have preteens and they want nothing to do with me right now. I can spend time with my husband. We did a little bit, and then he went off to do his thing because he's a night owl. But I got my puppy, and my cat will join me. Yeah, I just wanted to share that because it's fucking hard. It's hard, especially when you want to do all the things and you wish you could do all the things, and like, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm finishing out my steps because somehow I need like 500 more. And I'm gonna finish my poverty macros, my yogurt, and my 17 grams of oats. And I'm gonna go to sleep. I could do it right now, except I need to finish my fucking steps. But rather than be a dick and just ghost them, though, I'm working on being more transparent. So I was just honest with them. I was like, I'm trying to be better for me and set boundaries for me so that I can be the best me that I'm trying to be. So, and actually they're like, we're proud of you. Good for you. Rather than calling me a little bitch, which is probably what I would say to them. So, sort of. I mean, I would, but I wouldn't. It depends on the reason. But anyway, unless something crazy goes on tomorrow that I feel like I need to share with you guys, I think I'm just gonna sign this one off. It's been sort of a random, stupid one, but that is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, if you've watched this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. The more you interact with me and my videos, the more they get recommended in the algorithm for other people, and hopefully people find humor, entertainment, usefulness. I don't know, but hook a bitch up. Come on, give me something. Anyway, shameless request. I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm almost done with my steps now. So, catch y'all in the next one.